Cooking at home.
Hi! Today we're going to make an immune boosting pesto with oregano from the garden. And this is a big leafed variety. Sometimes it has much smaller leaves. And I've actually never made pesto yet with this kind of oregano. So this is a new experience for me today. Usually I use bee balm for immune boosting pesto, which I have been harvesting from the wild in New Mexico. But here in Washington State, where I am right now, this is what I have. So it's going to be what I use. So this oregano, I got the tops, the little tops, and then the first 4 inches or so. And the way that I figure out whether or not the stems go in something like this is I take a little nibble, and if I can chew the stem fairly easily and it doesn't turn into just a big wad of fiber, then I'm gonna think that's probably okay to put in the pesto. So I chewed it up, it is swallowing fine, so I'm gonna go ahead and see how it works. But this is experimental, so yeah, we'll see what happens. And so I'm going to take all of this oregano and show you how much it is in the cup. It's a nice, full, overflowing cup of oregano. And that's going to go into the little food processor that already has a half a cup of ground up sunflower seeds. And you can either use them toasted or raw, whichever you prefer. And I'm going to stick all this oregano in here. It just barely fits in this little guy, but it does fit. And then this whole bunch of garlic. This is probably about a half a head of garlic. And the reason I'm using so much garlic in this is this pesto I'm making specifically for immune boosting properties. So it's like a medicinal food that you can use for any kind of situation where your immune system needs some help. Like if you are around people that have a cold or a flu and you don't want to catch it, or maybe you have a yeast infection or a UTI. I'm in the midst of curing one myself right now. I have no symptoms, but this is to kind of make sure that it stays away. And raw garlic is an extremely good way to boost your immune system and get rid of infections of all kinds. So it's got about 3 times as much garlic as I would normally put in pesto. And this is chopped preserved lemon. There's probably about 2 tablespoons in here, and that's going in. And if you don't have preserved lemon, you can just use chopped whole lemon, peel it all. And let's see, then we need some salt, about a half teaspoon of salt, and a little bit of curry powder, just like a big, nice fat pinch, just to enhance the flavor in a nice way. And then I'm going to start out with a 1/4 cup of organic olive oil and see if that's enough, and we can always add more if we need more. All right, so now it's time to blend that up. It'll just take a minute. Here we go. All right, let's see how it is. It looks like it needs a little more oil. And like maybe I should have chopped these up a tiny bit more. Okay. But everything else is pretty well ground up. Let's put those guys in there a little more. Put another few tablespoons of oil in. And grind it up. All right. Perfect. All right. This food processor doesn't grind really finely, so it's still a little on the chunky side, but a better, more, professional kind of food processor would make this more into a more uniform paste, but it looks pretty good. Let's check it out. Delicious. And so good for the immune system. Enjoy.